than 1,000. So one day in the kingdom of heaven is better than 1,000 of your best days on this side, man. Let me repeat that again. One single day in the kingdom of heaven is better than 1,000 of your best days on this side, man. Okay? When things were better for you. Moments that you can reminisce on and say, yeah, that was a good day. The kingdom of heaven blows it out the park, man. It blows it out the water. Just one day. Not to mention, the Heavenly Father, He's going to stretch out the time. He's going to expand the time so you can enjoy your immortality. You can enjoy your life. And the Lord said in Wisdom of Solomon, He created the Israelite man to be an image of his own eternity, man. We're going to be a likeness of his own eternity, man. We're going to be many most highs, man. We're going to be many most highs. Okay? God's on earth under YAHAWASHI. And also what's going to make us gods? These laws, statutes, commandments, and us judging by the laws, statutes, commandments, but also these laws being in our inward parts, making us those perfect judges. Not to mention, we experience these different reincarnations in this wicked flesh, so we know how to judge the flesh. We know how to judge this body because we've been in this body many times. Okay? But once again, the kingdom of heaven is going to be patterned after the mind of YAHAWASHI, man. A righteous paradigm.
Shalawam, Shalawam. First off, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, QADASH. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And I say Shalawam to the hopeful elect and the Akim out there pushing this word and this truth into sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Alright, back at you with another lesson today. And this is going to be an update. Alright, there's a lot of things going on. Prophecy is at an all-time high right now. Yahawah Shai is doing, he put in a lot of action right now. Alright, the prophets have been out, prophesying and teaching and pushing the word of Yahawah Shai and letting the world, most importantly the elect in these times, know what's to come, for 20, 30 years now. And with steadfast, we're rolling into those points now where we can actually see these things coming into play. So the word of Yahawah Shai is always going to stand, and we see that here, and that's also in the scripture. All right, but the point is, this is going to be an update here on a lot of the different things that are happening in the world right now, and how that relates to the scriptures, and providing that visual aspect of these things that are going on right now, so you can actually see that the word of Yahawah Shai is going to stand. You can actually see that the prophecies are coming into effect. All right. So without further ado, I have a few videos, I have a few scriptures, I have a few precepts, and then we're gonna let the spirit move. All right. So I'm gonna play this first video here, and this is gonna be a video by one of the other brothers, Bar. All right. Video will be used for fair use. All right.
Listen, man, you guys ain't getting this. Some folks are, but some folk, you guys not getting this. Some people still thinking this is about money. The strike is happening. The strike is happening. The ports that are closing intakes 63% of our products, our commodity, into the United States. 63%. If you lose $63 out of $100, it's a huge difference. The 37 is not going to get you far. Guys, that's what's getting ready to happen. And you still thinking that something's going to be done. What scares me the most is the president of the United States. Instead of him, the day that he was briefed, the day that he was briefed, the man said, I will not get in the middle of their collective bargaining. It's the reason why why he has the power.
All right, so let's just stop there really quick. He has no fucking power. All right, there's nothing that he can do because the word of YAHAWASHI is going to stand. All right, let's grab that really quick. We're gonna go to Salakia, Isaiah 34:16. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out the book of Yahawah and read. All right. No one of these shall fail, not one shall want her mate, for my mouth had commanded and his spirit had gathered them. All right. So Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI has already spoken. All right. The prophecy has already been spoken. So there's nothing, even if he can't do anything at all. There's nothing that he can do about any of this. There's nothing. He has zero power. The word president actually goes into the meaning of the word president goes into first servant. All right. He's just the first servant of the 13 Edomite families, which is the elite of this world that we're in right now. All right. And even then, they have to follow the will and the commands of YAHAWASHI. All right. Let's grab one more on that. This is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 8. Grass withered and flower slacked. The grass withered, the flower faded, but the word of the Most High shall stand forever. Alright? Before I got into the video, the head apostles and the elders here at GMS, they have been preaching and teaching for 20, 30 years now. Some even longer, you know. I can't put an exact number on it, but it's been 20 plus years, I know, if not that 30 plus years, you know. But the point is, they have been saying the same things, and the prophets has been teaching and saying the same things over and over and over again. And we're seeing these things come into play, but it always goes back to the things that are being said. The prophets are the mouthpiece of Yahawah, or YAHAWASHI. All right, and that word from YAHAWASHI comes out through the prophets, and that word is standing. It's gonna stand. Ain't nothing he could do. Nothing that they can do is going to fix what YAHAWASHI has in store. All right, so like there's nothing that could be done. All right, the word of YAHAWASHI is going to stand. All right,
to veto it. Biden can stop it all right now.
He can't stop anything.
And give all of us back peace of mind.
And the only peace of mind that you can get is through YAHAWASHI, through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. And the only ones that are going to get that in this time right here, right now, is the hopeful elect. All right, the elect of this time. All right, the 144,000.
It alarms me that he didn't even stop and think. Let me just think on it a day or two. This man has been groomed to be president. He was groomed to be in politics since he was a boy. And you think that he ain't put thought in this? And you guys are still asking yourself how the election can be delayed? Let's think about it. If only 37% of our intake, our commodity is coming in, now when you go to the store and a pack of chicken used to be $10 because they had 500 of them back there to sell, or 5,000 of them back there to sell, and now you go there and they only got 200 to sell, so it's no longer $10. Now it's $23, $24. That's what we're getting ready to be dealing with.
And with that, that's part of prophecy as well. All right, he's talking about a famine. All right, which means that there's going to be a massive shortage. Some people are not even going to eat at all. All right, let's go grab that. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise again." And this is when, just a quick back brief here. This is when the disciples was going to. There was actually Yahushua at the time. Hey, what are going to be the signs that we know? Like, how can we tell What are going to be the signs that show us? How can we see when we're getting close to you coming back? You know, to YAHAWASHI coming to set. This really just throw down. You know what I'm saying? They're asking, you know, how we going to know? You know, what's going to be the signs that show us? How we going to be able to tell when we're getting into those times? All right? And YAHAWASHI went into giving them different stipulations and different things that tell, like, you're going to see this, you're going to see this, you're going to see this. All right? And one of those things here, well, a couple of those things here are in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All right? This part here that we're talking about is the famines. All right? They're going to be famines. They're going to be massive shortages. All right? They're going to be massive scarcities of food. All right. Here's that word famine right here.
Strong's G 3042. Lemas.
All right, lemas, scarcity of harvest or famine. Salakia, scarcity of harvest or famine. All right, let's get that word famine here in the Edom. I got that pulled up for you. Famine, starvation, hunger. All right, it's a Salakia right here, a shortening of harvest to bring to hunger. All right. The point is there's going to be a very, very, very limited supply of food. All right. And they said 63% of the food that comes into Babylon is going to be held up. So they're going to be only operating on 37%. All right. So that's a famine. All right, that's one of the prophecies coming to be fulfilled. All right, and just like we went over in, it's like Isaiah 34 and Isaiah 40. All right, the word is going to stand. The word of YAHAWASHI is going to stand. Every single word, every single prophecy is going to stand. 2025 is going to be one hell of a year for you know who. You know, as the elder said. All right, here's famine here in the Googled right here. Extreme scarcity of food, deprivation, food shortages, a want, shortage, scarcity, lack, dearest, want, deficiency, insufficiency. All right, hunger. All right. So we're seeing that all of these things are basically telling us that we are going into a famine right now, which is part of the prophecies. So Biden can't do shit. Sleepy can't do nothing. All right. There's nothing he could do even if he wanted to. All right. He can't overstep the word of YAHAWASHI. The 13 Edomite family at least can't overstep the word of YAHAWASHI. None of them can do anything when it comes to the word and the prophecy of YAHAWASHI being fulfilled.
And if you don't take this serious, man, and you have a family, now you could probably, if you don't take this serious and you don't have a family, man, you getting ready to fail your family. Guys, what they're asking for is a raise and basically concrete placement. The port is never going to do that. Automation has been going on since 60s, 70s. You used to have full service gas stations. You don't know no full service gas stations because now it's nobody cares about doing a pump themselves, and not because they don't have to go all the way indoors. They can just do it at the pump. So that saves the walk. So there's no point of full service. And then they got car washes at the gas stations. So if you want to get your car clean, we've been heading towards automation since we can think. And right now the union is getting ready to they're not backing down. They don't just want money. They want no automation in the port to never do that. That's why we're getting ready to be affected. I really wish the union members would just say, man, look, just give us the money. We'll figure it out when that time comes.
You can see it in Jake's eyes that he's actually worried. All right, he's actually worried. And like the scripture says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. If he knew the things, if he knew what was really, really going on, that these prophecies were coming into effect, we're getting closer and closer to YAHAWASHI returning. All right, he wouldn't look the way that he looked. You know, we'll be running around here smiling and hey, Big Brother is coming back. Big Brother is on the way. All right. So the point is, You can see in Jake's eyes that he has more fear in this world than he has more fear in this world, in this society, and the effects of this society than he has in YAHAWASHI. Alright, and for that, the 2/3 of the heathen nations are going to be destroyed in this time, and the hopeful elect of RAWCHAA, we won't have to worry about that. Alright, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability in thy times. We're coming into those times like never before. Alright, like never before.
Us as American people, we could be like, to ensure that our families still have food to eat on. I want us to have the choice of being able to decide what I want to eat tonight. I want to have the choice of not having to worry about if my neighbor gonna run in my house because he's ran out of food. So
and that's prophecy as well. Let's just stop there. Let's go grab that one. We're gonna get Salakia. Let's grab that real quick. This is gonna be in the GNT, I do know. Slack, I won't prepare for that one. It's gonna be in the book of. I don't have it on here. Okay, we got something else for him real quick. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. And we're gonna scroll down to verse 19. All right. He says he don't want to have to worry about his neighbor walking into coming into his house trying to take his food. That's prophecy, brother. That's prophecy, bro. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that no one can do and come together and say, oh, let's all come to collective so this don't happen. Nobody has the power to stop the word of YAHAWASHI. No one. Alright, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Alright, guns, bats, crowbars, whatever they can do to get whatever they need to get, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Alright, we're coming into that lack of bread and great tribulation. Alright, we're coming into that right now. It's going to be a time like never before. We're getting into that now, and we're going to go into the second part of the video here in a second, which goes into other parts of the prophecy as well in these times here. So let's let Jake get a little bit more out, and then we're gonna move on.
I want that choice added to my taxes. That's just it'll give us, the American people, we'll pay 45,000 of them. We can figure that out. It ain't gonna cost us too much. This is not about money.
It's not about money. That part, he's right. It is about the word, the prophecy, and what YAHAWASHI said is going to happen. Nothing else. This is about the spirit and the word of YAHAWASHI. Alright, there's nothing nobody can do. And nobody ain't finna collectively, and you know how Jake is. Jake's stingy than a motherfucker. Even if we was hypothetically speaking, Jake ain't giving shit up. Alright? But the point is, there's nothing that no one can do. Alright? No one can stop the word. You can't get together and plan and say, oh, we're gonna get together and we're gonna make sure this don't happen. You're a fool. You are a fool. You are an idiot, and you will be destroyed for your lack of knowledge. You can't buck up against YAHAWASHI for your own comfort. All right, 2025 is gonna be one hell of a year. All right. For a lot of people, especially if you don't have this wisdom, especially if you don't have the knowledge, especially if you don't have the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Alright? Look at Jake. He's worried. Look like he's damn near crying. Alright? And if he knew what this meant, he'd be walking around here skipping to the Lulu. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Jake call that shit. But the point is, you will be happy to see the prophecies coming into effect, because that means Yahawah is closer. Yahweh is closer to telling Yahawah, hey man, go ahead, hey son, go ahead handle business. Go pick up my elect. You know what I'm saying? There, just waste everybody else. Go and turn that motherfucker into a desert lamb, away with Babylon, whatever terminology is going to be used. He'll be happy for that. But a lot of people have so many ties to this world. All right, they want to stay in this society. We don't want to stay here, man. We're ready for YAHAWASHI to come back. We're ready to be kings and queens. All right, to the Aqua. As the brothers, we ready to be kings, and Aqua ready to be the Aqua ready to be queens. All right, we ready to be in rulership and have that righteous rulership over the world. All right, so you can't eat without worry about having to kill yourself. You know, so your children can go outside and not having to worry about catching a fucking straight bullet. All right, because Jake or whoever else don't know how to fucking act. Ain't none of that gonna be in the kingdom. All this bullshit that we deal with is not gonna be in the kingdom. There's going to be a righteous rulership. All right. YAHAWASHI, King David, you know, and the 144,000, so on, you know. All right. But the point is, we don't want this here. We don't want none of this shit. All right. We want all this to play in effect. All right.
This is not. And the port is never going to do that.
And they can't do it because YAHAWASHI is not going to allow it, okay?
We're getting ready to experience something we've never experienced before ever.
Let's get that. All right. We are getting ready to experience a time like never before. Like never that has been under the heavens. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. This is going to be a time like never before. You can't even imagine how bad this is going to be. You can't go get enough bullets. You can't go get enough knives. You can't go get enough guns. All right, you're gonna need the sword. All right, and the sword that we talking about is the spirit. All right, you're gonna need YAHAWASHI. All right, you're gonna need that spirit. All right, so Salaki there, but we call our sword is the spirit of the YAHAWASHI, the book, the word. So let me correct that just in case anybody I don't want to have any confusion out there. Esau has the physical swords of this world. We have those spiritual swords, which is the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Some brothers will receive spiritual power. All right, but the point is, we're going to be taken care of because in these times, wisdom and stability will be that wisdom and knowledge will be the stability in that times, and we know that. All right.
And it's strange that the president of the United States decides to not intervene.
He can't do nothing.
That makes no sense to me. You want to ask me why do I feel like this can delay the elections? Because I'm telling you, within 5 days you'll start seeing shortage on everything.
And that's pretty much all we're gonna get from Jake. Fuck the election, man. That ain't even our fucking concern. Nobody gives a fuck about the election. The only people give a fuck about this election is the ones who still tied up into this system. Only thing the election tell these motherfuckers is who still believe in this whack ass, fake ass system. Alright? This wicked ass system. Alright? That's pretty much it. We're not supposed to be voting. Alright? But let's move on and actually get a little bit of behind the scenes in this, like what's going on here in the ports, because we know that all of this is part of prophecy and it has to happen. All right, so let's hear this right here. It's going to affect the supply chain.
The clock is ticking down toward a possible strike by dock workers.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you.
The clock is ticking down toward a possible strike by dock workers that could have severe repercussions for the U.S. economy. Thousands of dock workers at ports from Maine to Texas could walk off the job tomorrow if a contract agreement is not reached. The sticking points are better pay and job protection from automation. A strike could affect nearly half of the nation's imports, leading to a massive supply chain disruptions and surging prices. Analysts say a dock strike could cost the U.S. economy about $5 billion a day. While President Biden has the authority to intervene, administration officials say he is not planning to do so.
Everybody's still saying that this nigga got some authority. He has zero authority. He's just a fucking do boy. He is a first servant. He's a do boy.
CBS News New York reporter Tim McNicholas has been covering this story for us. Tim, you've been following the developments. What are the sticking points?
Lindsay, the biggest issues in this negotiation are wages and automation. I'm told that these two sides are at an impasse on those issues, and at this point, a deal is unlikely. Governor Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, just spoke in this building behind me here at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey headquarters, and she said that she is fully expecting a strike. So that means 47,000 dock workers will walk off the job if the International Longshoremen's Association and the U.S. Maritime Alliance do not reach a deal today, Lindsay.
If dock workers strike, what will be the impact on the nation's supply chain? How soon could we start seeing shortages or price spikes?
So economists say that this could be the biggest disruption to the flow of goods in and out of the U.S. since the height of the pandemic. I want to put this into perspective for you here. Governor Hochul, for example, just told us that New Yorkers should maybe, if they're planning on buying a car this week, they might want to call the car dealership ahead to make sure there are no issues with that. But she also urged people to not overreact. She said that she's not expecting a shortage of essential goods anytime soon. She also said that some distributors have been stockpiling goods to make sure that the impact of this is mitigated or limited in some way. So just to put that into perspective, there will be an impact here. We spoke to the owner.
That is that false hope. That is false hope. All right. This is going to happen. Abaratazah. All right. This is going to happen. Abaratazah. The famine is going to happen. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of how close we are to it actually affecting everyone because we see it coming.
Grocery store in Brooklyn, New York over the weekend, who said that, for example, he expects his banana shelf could be empty within a week of this strike because most of his bananas are imported. So there will be an impact on fresh fruit. But as far as essential goods, Governor Hochul just said that pharmaceuticals, for example, she said people don't really need to worry about that too much because most pharmaceuticals are brought into the U.S. by plane, Lindsay.
What if that could happen on the overall U.S. economy? I mean, that figure, $5 billion a day?
So economists have told us that even a 2-week strike could cause issues and disruptions to the economy into the next year. Now, there is some good news here as far as something that might be on a lot of people's minds right now, holiday shopping. Those toys and those toys that people want, the presents that they're trying to get for their kids, things like that. Most of that is already on in the warehouses and ready to go here. So there won't be a huge impact in that regard.
See, people are worried about the wrong fucking thing. All this knowledge coming out. Everything that the head apostles and the other brothers and the other prophets have been saying. All right, and let's just be real. All the knowledge that have come out about these pagan holidays. All right, and the heathen nations and the 2/3 still want to hold on to this society. All right. So hey, you will get what you deserve, and we will have no pity, no envy. You will get what you deserve.
There could be some impact to fresh fruit down the road. There could be some impact to fish that's imported. There could be an impact in the grocery store, and that could in turn affect prices, Lindsay.
Tim McNicholas, thank you so much for joining us.
People can't even eat. People probably won't even be able to eat or get food and water, and you're worried about fucking toys. The priorities and the mindset of the heathen nations and the 2/3 in this world is insane, bro. It is insane. All right.
This is
the word is going to happen. There's nothing no one will be able to do. All right. The word of YAHAWASHI is going to stand. We're going to keep iterating it, and we're going to keep saying a Bible ball criminal Yasharahla, a Bible ball criminal Yasharahla, a Bible ball criminal Yasharahla, a Bible ball criminal Yasharahla. All right. We know that this is we're gonna keep shooting it up, bro. We're gonna keep putting those up there. All right. This is Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. It shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right. So YAHAWASHI has already spoken, and it won't be voided. It will accomplish what he has spoken. He has spoken this into existence. All right. So it is going to happen. All right. It is going to happen. There's nothing anybody can do. There's nothing no one can do. All right, let's go into this next video right here.
Dock workers are on strike. Tens of thousands of union members walked off the job at midnight at major ports along the East Coast and the Gulf of Mexico.
They're striking over pay and concerns about automation. And the picketing could put a strain on shipping as we head into the holiday season. ABC4's John Caddy's Klimak is live in San Pedro, where the Port of LA is up and running this morning. John.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, that's an important thing to know. We are up and running. There have been no issues happening here at the Port of LA or Long Beach as a result of this strike that has now taken place. But the question is, will that last? That remains to be seen. I want you to look at this. There are 14 ports that are all now on strike right now and closed this morning on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast of the U.S. And it could impact what we're seeing in Los Angeles and Long Beach in the coming weeks if it goes long enough. The executive director of the Port of LA telling CNBC that right now business here is up 17% from last year. He points to a strong underlying U.S. economy and the fact that purchase orders go out usually 90 to 120 days before cargo actually gets into the port. So that delay, so to speak, is a good thing for ports. And when it comes to what will happen with closed ports back east, the executive director says the ports here are open and ready for more cargo, but he warns about the impacts should this strike go for too long.
It is a really big deal. But again, trying to get down to the tactics of making sure that the workers get what they need, companies continue to bring in this cargo is of paramount importance. Making sure that these gateways stay open as we're on the doorstep of the retail holiday season just adds another layer to underscore that we need to get this done quickly.
Yeah, that's how important it is now. So the White House is in on this as well. They're talking to people on both sides of the negotiation table about this, trying to make sure they come to an agreement as quickly and as fairly as possible. Whether that happens the next day or so remains to be seen. It could be a while. Reporting live this morning from the Port of LA, I'm John Caddy's Klimak. Back to you guys.
All right, and again, there's nothing that could be done. All right, so the White House, Biden, whoever you want to fucking try to say, there is nothing they can do to overthrow the word of YAHAWASHI. Alright, that just is what it is. Alright, let's grab another scripture. Grab another precept. Luke 21:11. And this is reiterating that Matthew. This is Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Alright, so we're seeing these things. Alright, we're going to touch on earthquakes here and those natural disasters here in just a second. But as of right now, those famines, alright, it is happening. These signs are happening. Alright, we've seen nation against nation. We've seen kingdom against kingdom. Alright, the different brothers. The brother Ayash does the updates on the World War. And while we're here, really quick, let's grab that channel for you. Alright, this is going to be that channel here, that GMS Kingdom Minded 1444. Alright, he does many lives, many updates, alright, on the things that are happening. Alright, the things that are going on. You also have the GMS Living Waters Bar as well. Here is one right here. He does the updates on that. So we're seeing all of these things on every single level come into play. Subscribe and be edified. Alright. Got 2 more videos for you and then we're going to close out.
Nearly 47,000 dock workers from Maine to Texas on strike today. Union members want a 77% wage increase over 6 years and limits on the use of automation.
Nothing's going to move without us.
The United States Maritime Alliance represents the ports. It's offered a nearly 50% pay increase and pledged to keep limits on automation.
The workers are going to lose a lot of income during the strike, and the managers who manage the ports are going to feel the effects of lost sales and profits through the ports, and that's going to put pressure on both of them to lower their expectations.
The 14 vital ports along the East and Gulf Coast move more than half of the cargo shipped to the U.S. from other countries, now at a standstill. Fresh fruit, clothing, machinery, and medicine among the items that won't be loaded on or off container ships.
We're going to do it as long as it needs to be done. This is not something that you start and you stop.
A prolonged strike could be crippling, potentially costing the American economy up to $7.5 billion in 1 week.
We have been taking countless precautionary steps to speed up the process of unloading these ships and deal with the cargo containers in advance of this, so we're in much better shape than we had been if we had not done this.
Analysts say for every day the strike lasts, it could take 6 days to clear.
So with her just saying that, how much do you think that they are actually wanting to give those workers whatever the hell it is they're asking for? I only say that to show that this is going to happen regardless. They're so-called prepared, because they knew this was coming. They're so-called prepared for it, but regardless, they still can't overstep the word of YAHAWASHI.
The backlog, just like supply chain bottlenecks during the pandemic. Some business leaders want President Biden to use his authority to end the walkout, but the White House says it's meeting with both sides and urging them to keep negotiating. Alexis Christophorous, ABC News, New York.
And again, reiterating that there's nothing he can do. Even if he wanted to step in, he has zero power. None. He can't veto shit. He can't do nothing. Alright? But make sure he don't fucking trip over and bust his damn head. But even then, he still can't control it. Alright? But this last part here we're going to get into. We talked about the famines, but we let these earthquakes and natural disasters, let's touch on that really just a little bit really quick. We know that there's a hurricane. There was nearly 200 deaths and 600 people missing. Alright? Still missing. Alright? That's judgment. Alright? That's YAHAWASHI in action. He putting action to it now. Because we getting to a point where, hey, eventually, he's going to pull back the prophets. And then we're going to have that famine of the word then. Alright? Meaning that, hey, everybody going to be looking for them answers and everything like that. But we're going to have the famine of the word. Alright? And slack it for the, those are the burning of the herbs and the burning of the incense if you watch the channel. Alright? Often. But I just want to put that out there, to throw down any confusion. Alright? But the point is, alright, YAHAWASHI is putting action in there. He's allowed the prophets and everything to prophesy and push his word and be that mouthpiece. But that's going to eventually come to an end as well when we have that famine of the word, when he pulled the prophets back and he just go full out all action on this place, man. Alright? Let's get a little bit here on this hurricane, and then we're gonna get one more precept and we're gonna close out.
The full extent of Helene's destructive toll just now coming into focus.
We have no water, we have no power.
After the rising waters rushed through these communities, forcing some to puncture holes in their roofs just to escape their homes. New satellite images show how floodwaters overwhelmed the French Broad River, and video showing dramatic landslides in the mountains, all causing widespread destruction. As residents in Swannanoa, just outside of Asheville, North Carolina, are getting their first look at the storm's devastation.
There's probably about 8 to 12 inches of mud.
You basically would sink in mud.
Oh, yeah.
In Asheville, Mission Hospital's 100-bed ER forced to take care of 200 patients, staff treating the sick and injured in triage tents with limited resources.
Everything people see on the news, it's worse in person. It's worse.
These trucks providing the only access to clean water.
Surgeries and procedures can't go on because there's no water for the doctors to scrub in.
HCA Health, which oversees the hospital, telling NBC News in part they have remained open and caring for patients since the storm, adding, "We are hopeful that the Asheville community's infrastructure will be restored soon, but we have contingency plans in place and will continue to evaluate how best to take care of our patients and our colleagues." On Wednesday, President Biden surveying the damage from the air, saying relief will cost billions, but promising more aid is on the way. And while so many have lost so much, for those left with something to clean up,
I'm so glad it survived.
Finding even a small memento is monumental.
These are things you can't get back. There's no amount of FEMA that will put these pictures back in the frame.
As people here, guys, are taking solace right now in the little things, there are significant challenges ahead between 3 different states. North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. There are roughly still 1 million people with no power. The projections for this part of western North Carolina, many people will have their power back by Friday, but still no timeline at all. Officials don't even want to venture to make one as to when running water might return. Clodagh, Savannah, back to you.
All right, Sam Brock for us there in Nashville. Sam, thank you.
1 week and you still just can't get over the devastation in this area.
And it's going to take many, many weeks, if not months, to clean up all of that damage. The good news is, I'd say, we're not going to see any more rain for the next 5 to 7 days in the Asheville, North Carolina area, but we are still watching the Gulf of Mexico. There's an area that's been trying to gather itself into a tropical system, but now it's gone down to only a 30% chance of that happening. The setup in the Gulf of Mexico right now, the waters are a little cooler than they were with the last storm, and we also have a lot of wind shear, which is basically wind at the upper levels of the atmosphere that kind of tear the storm apart a little bit. So while we do have scattered showers and storms, some of them tropical in nature, producing some heavier downpours, we're not going to see this really have a good chance of gathering into a tropical system. That being said, we are still looking at some scattered showers, some heavier downpours, some thunderstorms in and around Florida for the next several days. And again, because it is tropical in nature, when those downpours develop, they could produce a lot of rain in a short period of time. So that's why even in the Tampa area, down to Fort Myers, even down to southern Florida, we could end up with about 2 to 3 inches of rain. But again, up into North Carolina, there is no rain in the forecast anytime soon.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every...
All right, and really quick here, they said something, and Thawadah YAHAWASHI for putting that in my spirit as well. They talk about, rebuilding, and it's going to, they're going to have a chance to, rebuild everything. But even then, YAHAWASHI is going to throw it. He's going to tear that back up anyway. When YAHAWASHI returns, he's going to destroy everything. So you can continue to rebuild, but YAHAWASHI is going to throw down again. All right, this is the book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. And it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and rebuild the desolate places. So they're talking about, after YAHAWASHI destroys, or he continues to wreak havoc on this place. All right, here, thus they're in this case here, when it comes to these storms and these and YAHAWASHI, basically tearing this place up, a little bit before he come back and before YAHAWASHI come back and just go all in on it, they're going to try to continue to rebuild things. All right, it says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall rebuild, and I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. All right, so we know that these 13 Edomite families, sleepy, as they call them, they're all the border of wickedness. All right, and they're going to continue to try to rebuild this society. They're going to continue to try to rebuild, everything that this system. And YAHAWASHI is going to continue to throw down until YAHAWASHI comes back and just does away with this place forever. All right, and I got one more scripture, and then we're gonna close out. All right, we got Matthew 24 and 35. Matthew chapter 24 and 35. All right, and it reads, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. So regardless of whatever anybody says or anybody tries to plan out, the union or who the fuck ever, the people or whatever the fuck niggas or anybody else, the heathen nation want to do, it still cannot trump the word or overstep the words of YAHAWASHI. All right, it just ain't gonna happen. All right, that concludes the lesson. I pray that you all was edified. Till again, I'm gonna say a bar, Yasharahla, Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, QADASH, Barak, Atham, Shalawam.